Panama City. Wonderful city indeed. You see right there to your left, excuse me, to your right, Luis Cascarita Tapia. Currently some youth matches going on right there, right in the middle, right smack dab in the middle. The Rommel Fernandez, as we decide, or we find out who ends up advancing to the next round here in the 2018 Concacaf League. Welcome everyone, as it's Arabe Unido facing Deportivo FAS, as both sides coming off an enticing, thrilling match over at the Estadio Cuscatlán just a little bit less than a week ago. And both sides definitely looking to get the result necessary. A 1-0 victory for Arabe Unido, as they're looking to secure a pass to the next round, as they really want to do it right next to the headquarters of the Panamanian FA. You see right there, the bottom right-hand side of your screen. That's the headquarters of the Panamanian FA, the FEPA Foot. Of course, Arabe Unido looking to do so off the shoulders of a 1-0 victory. That goal coming in the 88th minute, courtesy of what might be right now the best goal of the tournament from Faber Gil, that bicycle kick inside the area that ended up being the difference in that encounter. Although it was a great deal of struggle for FAS, one of the biggest issues that they did have was the scoring. And if you start listening to what Alvaro de Jesus Gomez was saying about this team, that they need chances, they need opportunities, they just need one match to do it. Well, it looks like they might have had it in the league this past weekend in a 4-0 victory over Luis Angel Firpo. As it'll be interesting to see if that's what really is necessary to get the confidence going of this team offensively. As you see right there, the pitch conditions, to be honest with you, that's rather cool for Panama City, and a bit humid as well. But I don't think that'll be a factor at all unless it starts raining and the pitch starts getting a little bit more, you start seeing it getting soggy. I think that'll be the major issue. As you see right now, the winner of this matchup between FAS and Deportivo Arabe Unido will face the winner of Herediano and Deportivo Universitario. Of course, Herediano just getting into Panama earlier today. They have a very comfortable lead over the Panamanians. And on the other end, of course, Motagua and Portmore will look to try and advance to the semifinals. And also Tauro facing Walter Ferretti. We'll find out how many Panamanian teams, if any, will be advancing. Right now, it looks like it would be 2 of them. One for sure, if Arabe Unido is able to get a favorable score. Although Arabe Unido on the other end, we talked about the woes that a team like FAS had. Well, on the other end, Arabe Unido has had their woes as well. They haven't been able to score, coming off a scoreless draw at the weekend. They too have been struggling mightily scoring goals. So that is something to keep in mind in this matchup. Each of these two teams is going to be able to come out of their funk, although you see FAS on the other end of that situation, and that's where it might give them a slight advantage, albeit on the road. A goal on the road changes things a little bit. 2 obviously would completely turn the context, and really the way this match is looking, or this tie is looking, can start to change drastically, if you will. Arabe Unido have been able to win in their last 5 matches. 2 they've been able to win once. 2 out of their last 7 since the Panamanian League resumed after the World Cup break. So for Arabe Unido, it'll be interesting. And also, many of these fans traveling from Colón to be able to support their beloved blue and white. Both teams ready to go as this will start determining the first of 4 semifinalists. Will Arabe Unido be able to hold on to that ever so slight margin? Or will FAS come away triumphant? We will start finding out that question, the answer to it, in just a few moments. As you see Captain Blas Perez coming out and leading his troops onto the pitch. FAS also doing the same. they're looking to pull off a great comeback here at the Romel Fernandez. Moments away from kickoff, as you see right there, referee Ismael Alfat of the United States. He will be refereeing, he'll be the one imparting justice on the pitch, as he's part of a U.S. Jamaican crew that will be officiating. But for starters, it'll be Lloyd in goal, Garibaldi, Chen, Ormechea, and Mauricio Castaño, who played as a midfielder. He's playing a left back today. Faber Hill drops back into the midfield out wide on the right. Luis Cañate will go out wide on the left. Heraldes and Pereira remain in the starting lineup. Alexis Palacio gets the start for Carlos Ruiz, as he will be joined by Blas Perez up top. You see Ismael Alfat of the United States. Frank Anderson will be the first assistant. Kyle Atkins the second. Fourth referee will be Damien Parchment of Jamaica. We'll see what occurs in this lineup right here for Club Deportivo FAS. The Argentine, Matias Coloca, will be in goal. Xavier Garcia alongside Raul Renderos. Chiguila gets the start. And Julio Amaya will go over at left back once again. Diego Chavarria would also get the start alongside Jorge Moran, Juan Aymar, two goal scorers just a couple of weeks ago in the midfield. And another one of three Argentines, Guillermo Stradella, will be out wide on the left. Irvin Herrera and Dustin Correa will both be up top for Alvaro de Jesus Gomez, who started his tenure just a few, actually a little bit over a month and a half ago with FAS, as they look to recover, and they did so in a big way this past weekend, as I mentioned before, in their 4-0 victory against Luis Angel Firpo. Before that, they had only been able to win one out of their previous 5 matches, one out of the previous 6, I should say, 2 out of their previous 7. As we're underway here, both teams in their traditional garb. FAS going from right to left on your screen, and they are in the red and blue, their traditional red and blue. As FAS looking to send the ball deep quick, looking to pressure the defense, looking to force the mistakes, and looking to get that goal as quickly as possible. Blas Perez offside clearly there, as foolish play there by Palacios. See right there, Frank Anderson giving an indication, pushing and shoving. He's making sure Ismael Alfat is aware of that. See right there, a bit faster than usual, but you get the point. That was quite an easy call for Frank Anderson to make. As the ball intended over for Irvin Herrera. Spent a few seasons in the United States. Currently on loan from St. Louis FC over in the United Soccer League in the United States Second Division. FAS waiting, looking for a ball boy to give them a ball and set play. Coloca. It's also an opportunity. Many teams you see run. Speaking of which, one is coming in right now. These Panamanian League and international matches a perfect time. There's another chance, though this time no offside. Faber here looking in the area, ball caroms off a couple of defenders, and quickly you start to see FAS looking to break out as Irvin Herrera. The deflection favoring FAS right now. There's Juan Aymar losing possession. It'll still be FAS having to defend. Is Arabe Unido not losing their poise as of right now. That's been one of the men that has looked to make a difference. As you see right there, the pressure by Luis Pereira. Las Perez will always drop back and do whatever he can to contribute to his cause. They're scoring in the World Cup. He talked about that, given several interviews about it. He saw his team score, and it was one of the biggest, most impressive moments for him as a professional. First corner kick of the match coming in the 4th minute of play. Swinging it into the middle, cleared away rather quickly. It's recovered by Pereira. There with FAS, but of course the former Cafetaleros de Tapachula goalkeeper Matias Coloca. Speaking of which, Cafetaleros playing tomorrow is offside being called. Irvin Herrera is coming back from an offside position. Cafetaleros of Tapachula playing tomorrow against Tigres in the next round of the Copa MX in Mexico. Chiguila, Stradella, the Argentine. There's still a bit of nerves as the reset here by Jose Garibaldi. No foul, but recovered quickly there by Garcia. Stradella trying to play out the ball, but really no one to associate it. It'll still be Arabe Unido's ball. We're already getting to the 5th minute of play. No one really constructing anything. But in terms of positioning on the pitch, it's been all about Arabe Unido. And this is where they want to play. This is where they want to pressure. Coloca being able to get it rather easily. Trying to set it back into the middle quickly was Faber Gil, but not much going on. Didn't have anyone close either. Canadian Parchment unable to control that ball. Quickly reset in the middle by Garibaldi. Again, Arabe Unido really holding, and they're the team so far that's pressing the issue. He staying out wide, trying to be recognized. You have to recognize in this. Ismael Fat saying, no, follow me, I'm going to use the magic spray. Stradella, of course, he's looking to be able to follow instructions, doesn't want any problems, doesn't want any issues. Hard work working midfielders. All of a sudden, FAS having to defend, but Arabe Unido not being able to control it. Loose ball, the 50-50 one in the middle by Arabe, but Stradella being held, being checked there to not throw it in quickly, which was a very smart move there by Luis Pereira. Cross into the middle, and Miguel Lloyd, who's been one of the stalwarts for this team, not just in league play, but also in international play. Stradella, they're fighting. Stradella the other day talking about, he was interviewed on Salvadorian television. Of course, one of the questions that he was asked was who influenced him, and he talked about how one of the individuals had nothing to do. It was a foul being called there in favor of Arabe Unido. He was talking about how Manu Ginobili was one of the individuals that really gave him his Cañate getting brought down. So much so that on his social media accounts, he had a lot of content. He had a couple of posts about Manu Ginobili and when he was able to influence him throughout his career. Herrera, as he gets clipped from behind. Stradella has had an interesting career. If you look at what he's been able to do and where he's been, more important. He's become one of the fan favorites over at FAS. He spent some time with Santa Ana, as again the ball being moved around here and there. Is FAS now continuing to create some opportunities here. Aymar goes over the head. Here's a chance for Stradella! Had to wait that second, and decided to take that shot, but got just slightly under it. That ball finds himself all alone. He's asking for a deflection there, as you see on the replay. But again, you see how important Juan Aymar is to be able to find those spaces. He's that conductor in the middle. Jorge Moran's the one that stays deep and is able to create some good chances. But this one right now, you have to chalk that one up in favor of FAS as being the first alert. Herrera back to Stradella, who's getting involved slowly but surely. Nice anticipation there by Mauricio Castaño as the break now starts on the opposite side for Arabe Unido. Palacio. I guess you can say the nerves started to dissipate ever so slightly as both teams really getting a bit of a groove, getting a bit of a breather, and okay, now we have to start playing, and first round jitters, if you will, just trying to study one another. That time has ended as Garibaldi looking to launch that into the area, does so, but it gets cleared away. Stradella, again, waiting for that ball. Still bouncing here and there and everywhere. Won by Garibaldi. Knocked away by Chiguila. Stradella again. All 1.60 m of them. 1.70 m, I should say. Hooked back inside, but could be able to finish it off was Xavier Garcia. Poking and prodding was Juan Aymar. Palacios not able to win it. Goes back over in the direction of Chavarria. And now you start to see FAS a little bit more relaxed, and of course that shot to the ankle is going to make you see stars for a couple of minutes as Chavarria was starting to make his run, and all of a sudden he gets stepped from behind by Alexis Palacio, who ends up committing the foul. Álvaro de Jesus Gómez, the the coach of FAS. He's been one of those individuals that many have been looking at, starting to gain some confidence with him. Of course, the Colombian coach, and the ball, and it'll be the first corner kick for Arabe Unido, and that they're going to have to defend. Is FAS now looking to go on the attack. Coming up, this one is going to be Aymar. He's going to look for the first post. Run being timed right here. Instead he goes to the far post. Actually puts him to the top of the 18. Really no one there as everyone made the run towards goal. Arabe Unido able to break out quickly, but not in an organized fashion, as that's taken away quickly, as Faber Gil not able to control it. He still battles. Looking as Stradella in a more central role plays it out. Put that ball through, but intended target on that near side, which was Dustin Correa, was going to be in an offside position, and just keep rolling all the way in Neymaristic fashion. First yellow card is going to be issued, and it'll be in the 13th, now 14th minute of play. It'll be to Xavier Garcia. So yellow card already for the FAS right back. We'll see how things play out here for Álvaro Jesus Gomez. Of course, as a coach, he just signed a couple of weeks ago, replacing Christian Alvarez. He brings into his staff, brought to his staff when he arrived. He brought Eric Dawson Bravo, who's part of the youth system, ball into the area, all alone, and unbelievably, that was a brutal challenge as Coloca as well as Roberto Chen down. That was a really nasty collision as Chen came in all by himself, and Coloca trying to cut off the angle right there. Comes out and wants to prevent the shot, or actually wants to block it. Ends up colliding right there, knee on knee. And that hurts a great deal. I don't think I need to tell you that in order to actually understand, but hopefully they're both okay. Hopefully Coloca is able to continue. Coloca will be fine. He'll reset after the infraction that was called. But overall, we see how things play out in the next few minutes. Another man down here in the middle of the pitch. This time, of course, Palacio is losing his balance in the air as the challenge coming in. Chihuila, another, took a pretty nasty knock as well. Fans continue to be very active, very excited. Both of these sides looking to advance to the semifinals. Again, he's down, and he'll be looking to be able to return to action sooner rather than later. Hopefully, it's sooner. He can offer a great deal to this Arabe Unido side. He was being depended upon to really start the counterattack and has been unable to so far. Here's Fabergil. Surrounded by 3 defenders now. Cross into the area, knocked away there rather quickly. FAS really losing, and again, the match getting very choppy as this time it's Aymar that gets chopped down. Speaking of which. Again, looking to serve it in, forcing it to Herrera, but on the run is Aymar. Going out wide is FAS now with Dustin Correa, the Oregon native. Spent some time with FC Edmonton over in the North American Soccer League, and of course after that league found itself in peril, for a team, and was pretty much until the beginning of this semester found himself playing in the 4th division of the United States. Garcia, we're already 19 minutes in, no score. Just 1 total shot has been taken by both teams. Been pretty much middle of the pitch kind of encounter where not much offensive display has been exhibited so far. Amaya. Correa gets that ball poked away from him. Neither really regulating so far, since FAS has not been able to string together significant possession. Blas Perez looking to get his first touch, not being able to. And again, another deep ball as Irvin Herrera in an offside position. Now rushing, and it goes over to Stradella. Aymar. Stradella looks to make a run to open himself up, but Aymar says no, not much. And then the poor pass in the middle, as it was Chihuila who joins the attack. He loses the ball, but it's brought back in. Fabergil. Another poor pass, recovered by FAS. Now, when they start knocking the ball around, they can be a very dangerous side. This has been the conundrum they found themselves in consistent situations, not just in the Concacaf League, but also in domestic play as well. One thing that was questioned a great deal, looking for a foul, not going to get it, is Blas Perez. Getting his first touch. Chihuila. Herrera. That ball goes over his head. Tended to very well by Miguel Lloyd, a goalkeeper. Of course, has great reflexes, but knows how to move around his box very well. Can anticipate those types of runs very easily. But overall, for Arabe Unido, since the beginning of this semester, the man that's taken the headlines has been Blas Perez as he gets the ball, keeps it alive after Faber Gil loses it. Continuing to try and find possession, but losing it in the midfield yet again. Correa. Herrera. It's won by Chino Ormechea. Roberto Chen also in the back here. Good run. But it's Coloca that's able to anticipate it nicely as the run that was being made there by Alexis Palacio. And that's one of the matchups that this Arabe Unido side wants to create. Obviously, you have a player in Blas Perez that's going to drop back, that's going to join the defense, that's going to be able to have presence and have players come at him. But the biggest issue here is if Blas Perez is able to really attract some attention in the middle, that really frees up Palacio to be able to make some plays or make some runs into the spaces that are created. We'll see if that starts occurring. That's a possibility right now, as it's Palacio trying to feed it to Blas Perez, but not much going on there. Herrera losing the ball again. It's interesting that Stradella at one point was playing in such a central role. Now he's playing more in the channel, but there's really no one to offer that with, and that's been one of the issues in transporting the ball forward for this FAS side. Because when it gets congested in the middle, that favors Arabe Unido, because you do have the players, right there, case in point, like Luis Pereira, Leslie Heraldes, that are able to recover the ball, and because of how they're situated on the pitch, that really complicates things. As you see right there, Chino Ormechea getting the ball from Roberto Chen. Garibaldi. And now, from an offensive standpoint, when they lose the ball, we've already seen a couple of instances where Arabe Unido, with the pace they have, especially on this near side with Faber Gil as well as Palacio joining up, you can start creating some important mismatches there. Now we have to see if those mismatches are created, as Garibaldi looking for Blas Perez. And the connection there is Faber Gil was alone, but of course he didn't anticipate on the ball. Even if he went for it, he wasn't going to get to it. Jorge Moran, as we get into the 25th minute of play here at the Rommel Fernandez, no score. With this result, Arabe Unido advance to the next round, and we will only have penalties that will occur just minutes after the whistle's blown to indicate the end of the second half. We will go into penalties only if Arabe Unido lose, or I should say FAS win, 1-0. Any other result, one team or the other ends up advancing. That was not a good, that did not look good at all. Is Diego Chavarria, looks like he had his foot caught. You see right there immediately Raul Rendero saying, no, we gotta get him out. Looks like he misstepped. Yeah, they're saying bring in the stretcher. Let's see what happens here as he drops back, and really no one was close right there. See the way he stepped on it, he stepped onto the ground in a very awkward manner. Stepped outer portion of his foot, that ankle partially rolled, and that's extremely bad news here for FAS. Just to mention quickly the bench for FAS: Pacheco, the backup goalkeeper; William Maldonado, David Rugamás, Fernando Castillo, William Mancilla, Mauricio Cuellar, and Josué Rivera. Right there, you see? And it has been raining a bit in Panama City. We do have a bit of a soggy pitch. And also keep in mind that the Rommel Fernandez does get used frequently. And you see right there the substitution, and it'll be William Mancilla coming on for FAS. And then it'll be coming off Diego Chavarria, the first substitution. That takes place in the 28th minute of play. So 16 for 27 already. It's really the changes that were made was based on rotating players compared to the match that they played against Luis Angel Firpo at the weekend. Gino Ormechea. Gino was one of the heroes for Arabe Unido, helping them advance to the next round over Arnett Gardens. Came away with a very important brace. It really helped secure them on as far as the return leg over in Kingston. Despite losing, they still had enough comfort to be able to win this tie, or that tie, I should say, that led them to this particular encounter against one of the historically big teams in Salvadorian football. Herrera. As he turns, he gets away. Actually, he gets away from one, he gets away from another. Stradella, check that. Now it's Herrera. The shot that goes and whizzes wide of target. Stradella, again, the Argentine. You've seen him play a variety of positions. You've seen him at the wing. You've seen him pretty much as a central midfielder. You've seen him in the channel. Now you're seeing him pretty much as a number 9, or a false number 9, if you will, at this stage, as he's moved up a little bit further in the FAS attack. So you see him in various positions. Garibaldi complicating himself, but rectifying the situation as even Herrera was pressuring. Kenyan Parchment there, finally being able to trap one first time. Blas Perez thinks better, says, you know what, no, let me just let Jose take care of it. And that's what Garibaldi will do exactly as we enter the final 15 minutes of this first half. A very fast-moving, yet uneventful first half. But the way things are going right now, Arabe Unido will be more than happy to take fast-moving and uneventful. Not being able to control it there was Mauricio Castaño, the Colombian left back tonight. Renderos, elegant coming out, but not too smart there on the return, but there's good clearance. Cañate still on the ground. And another foul as Faber Gil goes to the deck as well. Bodies falling all over the place, and now Ismael Irfan saying, okay, all right, guys, let's calm down a little bit. Now another time for the stretcher. Yep. And that stretcher getting some frequent flyer miles here. Cañate does take a shot to the face there. You see right there. fact, Palacios said, not me. As FAS continue to possess, Cañate getting ready to come back onto the pitch. You don't see that urgency. There's no need for urgency at this stage of the match, especially when all you're looking for is one goal. But you don't see that really translating into an opportunity. Here's Stradella turning and twirling and moving and going and falling and being injured now. You see again, another effort, another chance. Ball coming through, can it stay in bounds? Yes, it will, as this time Herrera not being able to control it, and it's recovered there by Palacio, and it'll be a foul. Let's see what Palacio can create in certain situations. Setting. And FAS looking to counter again. And looking to set something up as Moran looking for Aymar, and he gets fouled and he reacts, and Aymar looking to go quickly. Herrera trying to serve it through, but the way that ball was weighted, it wasn't going to get anywhere, as Herrera still battling for it. Body checking and trying to make something happen, but that ball rolls out of bounds. So you start to see things that occur in this first half, and again, it's been one of these where tactically Arabe Unido have been organized enough, compact enough, and understand that if they don't allow FAS to get into a rhythm, make the game choppy as the ball goes out of bounds. Make it as choppy as possible. Mind you, you don't see Arabe Unido as somniferous as they were in certain cases against Arnett Gardens. They were at least more aware of what they need to do, and they've been doing it since the onset of the match. Holding and defensively, their strength is to be able to work very well defensively. Look at how the spaces and the angles are cut off and how they're able to relay amongst each other. Here's a cross coming through. Here's an opportunity for FAS. Irving Herrera waiting for the ball. He's able to get it. Goes off a defender, as it was Pereira that was able to save the opportunity. The ball sails over. And again, you see that things didn't go too well there for Arabe Unido, but they're able to recover enough and have the players to come back and start shifting amongst themselves to save the day. Another big opportunity, second chance, as this time it was Dustin Correa that was able to make something happen. Pereira right there to help Miguel Lloyd out. So Pereira just rushed back. Miguel Lloyd not having many problems as far as that was concerned. As Chino Mechea goes down. Panamanian international. He'll get some time with Gary Stempel. the upcoming friendly. They'll be playing against Venezuela on September 11th. Stempel, one of several caretaker managers throughout Concacaf. Again, starting to move the ball around here and there and everywhere. Seems like a very interesting international date for many in Concacaf. Mexico, of course, with Tuca Ferretti. The United States with Dave Saracan. Costa Rica with Ronald Gomez. Start to see several, of course, as I mentioned before, Panama with Gary Stempel. Many still waiting to see which coaches will take over and start their projects. Header again cleared away. This time it was Correa, Pereira. Several managers, several managing positions still open. Nice play here on the outside, looking to head it through, but cleared away by Renderos. Arabe Unido looking to continue the pressure. Faber Gil has the speed, but lacking the control. But once he recovers it, has another chance, another ball, and another corner kick coming up for Arabe Unido as we get into the final 7 minutes of this first half. No score, but that result favoring men in blue. Post. So that in-swinger, you do have that possibility. That's where they go, that's where the chance is, and it's where it's cleared out. Cañate not wanting to risk it. Carlos Ruiz has talked about how this team just needs time. Just needs a couple more matches, but they're starting to run out of time as far as the Panamanian League is concerned. They don't want to drift too far from the top of the table. You start looking at the position that they're in right now, not the most favorable. They currently find themselves in 6th place after 5 rounds. They find themselves with 6 points. Another ball, another service, it just ends up going over. Of course, in that 1-1 draw that they had against Sporting San Miguelito at the weekend didn't help their cause that much. But of course, the teams that have been participating in the CONCACAF League seem to have had some trouble because currently, right now, the team that's struggling the most is Tauro. Surprisingly, Tauro find themselves without a win so far in the Panamanian League, and they are dead last with 2 points. As I mentioned before, Arabe Unido much holding on for dear life just on goal differential against none other than Plaza Amador, another historic team over in Panama that's had their struggles. And then, if you want to say that from that perspective, is the foul being called there and the slap that Faber is looking for. Universitario find themselves in a decent position as they're in 4th place with 7 points. And they're just within reach of being able to clinch a spot into the next round of the playoffs, where the top 2 teams in the Panamanian League end up getting a bye. 3 through 6 end up going into a playoff. Of course, one of those spots currently by one of the surprise teams, if you will, in Panama, and that's none other than Santa Gema. Of course, it's kind of a surprise too that San Francisco's in the mix, but San Francisco's had some success, relative success in the past couple of years, as well as Arabe Unido now having a foul called on them, and it'll be FAS looking to set things up as there's 3 minutes left in this first half. Not much going on, but still, FAS have to find a way. The second half is going to have to change drastically for FAS if they're going to look to put this Arabe Unido side in a bit of a fix. Garcia. Coloca. Moran. As Aymar out wide on the left. Stradella, as time has gone on, the Argentine has lost his protagonism in this match. And in part because of FAS being unable to control the ball on a consistent basis. As Renderos. Stradella. Chiguila. Stradella. Aymar into the area looking for Herrera. Here's a good opportunity. Herrera not being able to get to it is finally Roberto Chen. Just finds a way to stick out his leg, and another foul being called, this time in favor of FAS. As Julio Amaya gets brought down. 3 minutes of stoppage time will be added, barring something happens in this last minute. It's going to be 3. Miguel Lloyd, knowing how tricky this can be, and a low ball with pace here that takes this free kick, is able to put those two ingredients together and then add to it the fact that the ball can bounce in front of Miguel Lloyd. That can be a very dangerous proposition. So they're both Panamanian internationals, although Blas Perez has already retired from the national team. He's right now singing his swan song as he plans to retire in December. Moran. Outside, the shot that goes in to the back of the net with tremendous force. And oh my God, things have really changed now. FAS take the lead. What a shot there by Jorge Moran, leaving Miguel Lloyd completely befuddled. 1-0 at the death. FAS waking up the crowd. Let's see how the free kick plays out here. Just unbelievable. Looks like it goes right in between the wall. Right there. Oh, right there, the deflection. Yeah, not much that Miguel Lloyd could do. But the wall went in all types of directions. That wall looked more like a house of cards. That ball was going through and the cards were just going everywhere, and it just happened to deflect and nothing Miguel Lloyd could do. Moran at 45. And now things getting very interesting. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if this result remains, we will go to penalty kicks. But that ball, that strike, that play, pretty much from another match, because at least the strike itself from another match. The foul itself was pretty much part of the context that had been developing throughout the entire match. But the strike itself, well, when you're a team like Arabe Unido and you let your opposition have the chances that they've had, well, then you end up paying for it. Plain and simple, as we're already into the final 90 seconds of stoppage time, and Matias Coloca making sure that everyone's situated where they need to be. Cañate getting called for the foul. These are the time to try and mend soul. So let's see what these men are able to do. Arabe Unido looking a bit puzzled right now. See Cañate right there, just landing first of all on top of the back of William Mancia. And mind you, Mancia came in for the injured Diego Chavarria, so let's see what happens here. Hopefully he can continue playing. We'll definitely have more stoppage time. But overall in this first half, it's been a team that doesn't want to lose facing a team that doesn't know how to win. But proactiveness, or at least putting a shot on target, is going to make a difference. And with Jorge Moran, of course, he scored already in league play. He's already scored 1 goal. That's really something that he's been able to do, those set-piece opportunities. That's really what he's been a master of. But a lot of the criticism, and the credit has to be given to Moran. He took the kick. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But a great deal of criticism has to be put upon that Arabe Unido wall that just moved around. That ball just went right down the middle. So we'll see when we start looking at this goal again. And that puts FAS in a very good situation. Now it's up to Arabe Unido to find a way to muster up some offensive potency, something they have not been able to show in this tournament as well as in league play. They'll see if they can do it in the second half, but for right now, the goal by Jorge Moran, the difference so far in this encounter. Goal in the 45th minute off a free kick. And that's how FAS is up 1-0 at halftime. So you see right there, it's been a case of proactiveness, or at least the team that needs to get the result is getting everything together. They've had more shots, they've had more opportunities. It's been a very choppy match, but despite that, they've put themselves in a situation where they can put Arabe Unido on the defensive, and Arabe Unido have been very defensive and sometimes even rather careless with the decisions that they've made. And part of it has been what you saw there in the first half, a team that has struggled to create, but also has had trouble destroying. it's interesting how things change and how this tie has really come to moments. Faber Hill in the away leg, and there would be one moment that would make the difference. Arabe Unido has had trouble offensively, and it showed. They really weren't able to create much, and I'm not sure if it was that they weren't able to or they weren't willing to, because FAS were the ones that came out, although at times disorganized, although at times it just seemed that they weren't able to find the right player or the right person. They still went forward, and the ball was going to bounce their way one way or another. Here, Stradella, right there, Stradella being able to come close. Arabe Unido, if you want to say that was the most dangerous chance, well, that was probably it. Outside of that, not much. And it's been the story throughout, because it's been the defenders being the leading goal scorers in this tournament and in league play as well. And you see here, without a lot of numbers, without a lot of players going on the attack, they were still able, I'm talking about FAS, create some important opportunities. Maybe they weren't so fortuitous at times, maybe they weren't the cleanest, but still they all count. And this one was just a complete and utter breakdown of epic proportions. See right there? Call him Moses, because a lot of things happened. That wall split, and the spin that the ball had ended up going to the back of the net. And again, as I said, it was all about moments. kickoff here, and the second half about to begin. Right now, no substitutions. At least that's the initial indication, and you see Ismael El Fat making sure that everyone's on the pitch, making sure there's no stragglers behind, making sure that everybody's in place. She's been very familiar with this pitch, very familiar with matches in Panama City. He's done World Cup qualifiers here. He's one of the referees that took part in the under-17 championships that took place here in Panama City last year over at the Maracanã. Blas Perez has been rendered anonymous so far. The pitch just holding on right now. And we're underway as we're 45 minutes away from deciding who will advance to the next round. Now, I'm just saying at least 45 minutes, I should say. Because if this result were to remain as it is right now, as Blas Perez sending the ball into space, here's a good opportunity. Faber Gil, maybe a corner kick coming up for Deportivo Arabe Unido. If this score remains, we will go to penalty kicks directly. And the ball being just knocked away, and Roberto Chen crashing and falling onto the track. FAS trying to clear the ball out as Pereira recovering it. Chen being able to recover, he's okay. Chen. Blas Perez can bring it down, no foul. Despite the protest from all the supporters for Arabe Unido, Blas Perez taking a big knock there from Matias Coloca. Coloca, very sturdy, very stocky player. See Roberto Chen crashing all over the place, but then the ensuing opportunity, the ball just not coming down quick enough for Blas Perez, and you can trap it. And now it's a counterattack being set up here for FAS. Irving Herrera, Miguel Lloyd. Speaking of which, Lloyd in goal, Garibaldi, Chen, Ormechea, and Castaño, Pereira, Heraldes, Faber Gil, and Luis Cañate in the middle, Alexis Palacio and Blas Perez. And for Carlos Ruiz and Deportivo Arabe Unido as Faber Gil losing the ball first touch. Coloca, Garcia, Renderos, Chihuila, Amaya, Moran and Aymar, Mancia, who replaced Diego Chavarria because of injury. He's playing on the right, Stradella playing on the far side on the left, as you see him standing and waiting as a man's down here, and of course the stretcher might make an appearance again. And up top finally for FAS, it'll be Irving Herrera and Dustin Correa. The 11 on the pitch for Álvaro de Jesus Gomez. Those new boots, more modern boots, I should say, you feel absolutely everything. Coloca. Errant pass there, recovered by Luis Cañate. He can't recover it or secure it. And FAS just knocking it deep. Herrera powering past Garibaldi. Sends it into the air for Pereira, who secures it. Safety valve is Chino Rechea. Pereira once again looking for the outlet, and he goes right to field partner as he goes out wide again. Castaño, too close to the line. That's quite an ask. Even though you have a very fast player in Alexis Palacio, who seemed to be all over the place during the first half and wanted to get involved, was trying to get involved. The ideal situation would have been if the ball got to Blas Perez a little bit more and he could play off of him, but that was not the case. He seemed to try constantly to find his place in the world. Pereira. Another foul is, it's Palacio. Cañate playing in a more central role. It's based on how this team was pretty much mapped out. Another ball that just filters through, but it's recovered in the middle by Roberto Chen. Palacio. Palacio has to drop back, and he's trying to partner up. Play going out wide to Faber Gil. Looking, there's no one in the area now. He's going to try and take it to the line, trying to cross it back, looking for Blas Perez! Blas Perez might not have the speed, might not have the capability to be able to make a difference, but definitely he has the presence, trademark and all, 1-1 at 51. And again, the whole creation, and it's a great deal of intelligence shown here by Faber Gil. As he sees the oncoming Blas Perez. As I mentioned, Perez might not have the skill that he did at one time or the pace that he did at one time, but he has the presence of mind to know where he has to go in order to make those differences. So both number 7s tonight have been able to score for their respective teams. At 38 years of age, he's showing exactly what that wisdom is capable of offering him. But again, give a lot of credit to Faber Gil to be able to make that run, having enough presence, saying, well, if I cross the ball into the area right now, I only have one player, and he's not going to be able to win that ball in a proper manner. So let me take it down the line, see what happens. Blas Perez sees that, and he takes the far post. He still shows that capability of scoring. What a beautiful play there, ladies and gentlemen. And what wonderful presence by Blas Perez to make that happen. And with this scoreline, Arabe Unido again in the driver's seat. There will be no penalties. But now, if FAS begin to carburate a little bit more, you will see that this match will turn a little bit more dramatic. And if a goal is scored by FAS, then it's FAS that end up advancing based on away goals. Not bad for a player that joined this Arabe Unido side back on August 1st, started training on August 1st. Estradela. Really tough break there for the Argentine. Chen, foul away from the ball. Looked like there was contact. Stradella stating his case, and he gets the yellow card. He's booked at 54. So overall, Arabe Unido have been rather timely. Right there, that collision at the end. That goes into the referee's book officially. As Mancia looking to put that ball in play. Running around again is Irvin Herrera. Faber Gil. He gets bodied away from the ball, but still, FAS not finding the necessary players to start getting involved into this game. Yes, they recover it consistently, they possess it more, but you don't have that consistency. If FAS, or if Arabe Unido hold the ball, they have one touch and lose it, okay, FAS have maybe 2 or 3, and then they lose it. So it's been that case so far, as far as neither team being able to manufacture on a consistent basis. But the moment that Arabe Unido were able to generate some sort of play, that ended up being the equalizer. And that honestly has been the first time that Arabe Unido have been able to conjure something up in front of the goal that's being defended by Matias Coloca. Another challenge, another rough challenge, and it's William Mancia that goes into the referee's book now. Reckless challenge. That's at 56. Third yellow card, all 3 for the visitors. So that really changes things. Thread that through, but not being able to do so, Jorge Moran. Again, another player that falls, and another player that misses, and another ball that's lost, and another chance for FAS, and another ball for Moran as he spins around and gets her past Garibaldi, but one again by Palacio. And now Faber Gil looking for Blas Perez. Gil getting around the defender. Looking again for Blas Perez! That's your association right there. As Faber Gil really becoming the difference maker for Arabe Unido in the second half. Look again, the presence. You don't need speed, you don't need pace at times. You just know how to run to certain areas, to certain spots to get to a player, to get to a ball, and make those opportunities count. That is Blas Perez for you at this point of his career, showing his intelligence, showing his understanding of where he is, and showing the understanding of where his opposition is and where the ball needs to be. Perfectly placed, perfectly referenced, perfectly framed. Unfortunately for him, it wasn't the final product that he was looking for. Pereira, because he's been rather solid as well. Nice move there. Correa, shot that goes through it. Another ball that's saved. This is Aymar. Goal here for FAS, puts him in a good situation. This thing's beginning to open up a little bit more. Faber Gil, Blas Perez rushing, not able to get to it. Gets the faster Raúl Renderos. Aymar goes all the way back, and now FAS beginning to move the ball around a bit better. showing more precision. Of course, the ball in FAS's defense, the ball does bounce around significantly. Mancia with the corner kick opportunity he's able to manufacture, as it was Castaño that could keep that ball. Jorge Moran, 60th minute of play. Now things get dramatic as these two teams, essentially, there's still time. Hyperbole on my end. Next goal could probably win it. Las Perez. Renderos, another chance by Stradella as it keeps bouncing around. Finally cleared away by Las Perez, and jump over and try and scissor kick that one out of there as quickly as possible. As FAS now beginning to show a bit more precision. Leslie Heraldes. Las Perez. He had dropped back in a more defensive position as Palacios making a run. Now Arabe Unido looking to break out, but they're caught wrong-footed. Offside, nope. Here's the chance. A little bit too soft on the touch there by Mancia. Las Perez looking to protect the ball, waiting for some support, and of course he'll go down as the foul being called on him. Native of Colón. Made his debut back when he was 18 years of age. Started his career at Arabe Unido. Spent some time in Colombia, spent some time in Mexico, spent time in Guatemala, in Major League Soccer. FC Dallas, played for Vancouver Whitecaps, and here's a good opportunity. It could be sealed right here. The ball, oh, tough break. Here's Las Perez with the brace, and that's where you find him in the most opportune of moments. Las Perez making it 2-1 for Arabe Unido at 62. Again here, a lot of good work that was created. And for me, again, Cañate doing a lot of work here, but Faber Gil again involved. Although he doesn't touch the ball, he's able to disrupt the defense and leads Las Perez on his route to the second goal of the match, as he's conducting Arabe Unido in the second half. 2-1, and now it's a 3-1 aggregate. And coming on will be Josué Rivera for FAS. So coming off will be Irving Herrera. That'll be at 63. So Herrera comes off, Josué Rivera comes on. Herrera, of course, had a goal for this team in Scotiabank Concacaf Champions League play last year. Actually, not with this team, I'm sorry, with Santa Tecla, I should say. It's Faber Gil again. I'm not sure who you would think the man of the match is up to now. but I would definitely vote for Fabergil. He's been one of the difference makers. It's Cañate, Coloca. Still time left though. Correa, Mancia. Still time left for FAS to be able to make something happen here. For FAS, of course, it's win and you're in. That's pretty much what happens. But Leslie Heraldez now, he's going to take his time. He's waiting. 1 on 3, now 2 on 4, now 2 on 5. So you know what? Now I'll take my time. Pereira, one of the few times that he's going to misplay a ball the way he has. Blas Perez, same thing. Pereira again pressuring. Pereira goes down, and it's a foul called in favor of Club Deportivo FAS. You have one substitution left. If you are Alvaro de Jesus Gomez, how do you try and maximize the potential? Do you bring in a David Rugamas? Do you bring in Fernando Castillo? Do you bring in Mauricio Cuellar? Who do you bring in? Or maybe even, most likely, probably end up being William Maldonado. But how do you bring this team together from an offensive standpoint? As you see right there, the first substitution, Cañate will be coming off. Jonathan Mosquera will be coming on. That'll be at 66. The substitution, the first one of the match for Arabe Unido. Mancia. Don't think that this match is over, ladies and gentlemen. There's still lots of time left. And we've seen this happen a few times with Arabe Unido when they've thought that the match has been in hand. And case in point was the match against Arnett Gardens. That although they were able to get the result, they did have to suffer a bit towards the end to get the result that they needed. Again, it's Blas Perez. Putting through onside. Here's Fabergil. He has a man in the area in Palacios. Is he going to cut through? Here's Gil waiting again, looking for the hat trick. Oh, no, Leslie Heraldez. Speaking of which, as I was talking about that match against Arnett Gardens, it was the goal by Leslie Heraldez that really settled things down for Arabe Unido. And it looks like it's going to be David Rugamas. They're onside. Rugamas coming on. Waiting to see who's the player that was going to be subbed off. Again, Gil. Gil gets past two. Almost gets past the third. Blas Perez almost gets past the same defender. Looking for a handball, not going to get it. Meanwhile, FAS on the other end. Good job there by Miguel Lloyd to have enough presence. That his team was a little bit out of sorts, coming through and making that intervention. 69th minute of play here. And it's Arabe Unido one step closer. You see right there, Rugamas coming on. Chihuila coming off. unfortunate opportunity here. Now again, a team like FAS has had a lot of trouble on this pitch because of how much the ball bounces. If you look at the way that many of the players step on this pitch, you could even make the argument that it's a bit, the grass is a bit high, so it does slow down a little bit the trajectory of the ball. Palacio cuts back inside, he had a chance, a shot that goes and hits the inside, actually the outside of the netting. But he saw it, he measured it, and he had it set up perfectly. He says, I cut inside, I have a chance. But just missed it. Is good job by Renderos to slide in and just disrupt as much as he possibly could. If not, that was 3-1. Rugamas. Moran. Onside. Looking to chip it to the far post. And Garibaldi doesn't want any trouble at all. He was offside. You could say, so did Ismael El Fat. That ball through as Miguel Lloyd comes off his line dangerously. Palacio. Again, not being able to connect. FAS getting it in dangerous territory. Rugamas is the only one in the area. Also nearby was Jose Rivera, but he's not able to get involved in the play. He hasn't been able to get involved in the game. Perez, Gil, Heraldes, Palacio. It goes back to Blas Perez. Pereira. Securing it nicely there for the recently entered Jonathan Mosquera. And again, the ball in the middle, and another foul being called, and they'll stop play and choose some time off as well. What was interesting about this week were the comments by Coach Alvaro de Jesus Gomez. We just can't go and find the result just because of what happened in El Salvador. We have to look for the situation. We have to be aware that just one goal, at least back then, now two, is going to help us. Find ways to manufacture the chance of Miguel Lloyd, and another opportunity. It's cleared away by Mosquera. Pretty much preaching patience in this specific situation, this specific match. Another substitution, it'll be Abdiel Maciel coming on. Still getting ready to come on. Another break coming up as FAS have really committed themselves. Faber Gil looking to break down. Faber Gil! Great save there by Coloca. It's a corner kick, and Coloca's trying to play it off. Saying, hurry up, give me the ball. But the referee says, no. Macea coming on. That'll be the second substitution of the match. That'll be at 74. Of course, the substitution will be made right after the stretcher comes off the pitch. Will be coming off. Heraldes, of course, became much more of an offensive protagonist in the second half, but in the first half, he had more defensive responsibilities. You see right there, El Macia coming on. Part of the Panamanian national team pool. Second substitution, one more for Arabe Unido to use in these next few minutes. Of course, all eyes on Blas Perez. Blas Perez playing peacemaker. Okay, guys, come on. Do it all over again. Set it through and let me reset that ball again. Pereira, that ball moved at the last second. It did affect the trajectory of his cross. Palacio, who's had very good shift, good work. Pereira, looking in the middle, trying to put it through, and it was Blas Perez. Who was it? Looking, no, it's not Blas Perez, and it will be the man of the match, at least for me, getting a good luck kick. An assist and a goal for Faber Gil, who helped out in this tie. 3-1. Again, another ball coming from that side, from the far side. Faber Gil able to just beat his defender, out-muscle his defender. Blas Perez making sure that everything was good. Faber Gil, of course, being emphatic on his goal celebration. And with that, it's a 4-1 aggregate, so it's 77. Arabe Unido and Raúl Peñaranda getting ready to come on. And Peñaranda coming on will allow Blas Perez to come off to a very impressive ovation. It's hard for me not to say that he's the man of the match. Blas Perez. He gets a great ovation from the fans that traveled all the way from Colón to see their idol, to see one of the club legends play the way he did today, especially in the second half. First half, he really was anonymous, but his first goal was a beauty. His second goal was just goal-scoring instinct. And then the third was Faber Gil. He had to do a lot as he was able to stretch out the defense as well. But Arabe Unido look like they're slowly coming out of that slumber that they've had in the Concacaf League. And when they do come out, they've been able to make a huge statement. And at this point, FAS need 3 goals. It's Palacio. He's down and he's hurting. He hurt himself pretty bad on the edge of the track here at the Estadio Rommel Fernandez. And he immediately was being tended to by the medical staff. So Arabe Unido will be down a man, at least for now. Chen whiffing on it. Pereira. Macea is Faber Hill making a run. And now we start looking at what the future has in store for Arabe Unido. Of course, the big derby match at the weekend, where they face Tauro on the road, then Independiente, and then, of course, they'll wait and see what happens between Universitario and Herediano. Of course, that match will be played in La Chorrera. That match, as far as Universitario is concerned, for Universitario, it'll be an important match because they did not want to play at the Rommel Fernandez, so instead they're going to be playing at La Chorrera. They'll be playing as still some going on. Palacio looks like he's okay. Of course, the match tomorrow between Universitario and Herediano will be at the Estadio Agustín Urquiza. That's the other stadium in Panama that's been allowed to hold a Concacaf League match. Remember also that Universitario find themselves in the process of building their new stadium. That too will be at least looked at as far as playing matches for CONCACAF League and CONCACAF Champions League in the future. So it's not just going to be the Rommel Fernandez, and having teams being in a position where they have to transport themselves from Colón or from La Chorrera to come and play here at the Rommel Fernandez in Panama City. That's a different issue. Remember, this stadium not used by all the teams. The stadiums that are used, especially for the teams in Panama City, are the Cascarita Tapia, which is just outside the Rommel Fernandez, and the Maracaná, which finds itself over in Amador, just maybe a 20-minute, 25-minute drive with no traffic, mind you, from this venue. Costa del Este, also a team that recently was promoted, also have their own stadium, but it's still too small as well to be able to play any type of international matches. Of course, for Carlos Ruiz, this is the venue that he likes to play in. I'm talking about the coach of Arabe Unido. He likes to play because it's a more vast type of pitch. It's a wider pitch. So that's one of the advantages that his team at least has liked about playing on this surface, on this stadium that you see right there. Another mistake that's made. Aymar. Aymar again. To Stradella. Another intervention, this time from Jonathan Mosquera. So Tauro, Independiente, Arabe Unido face Plaza Amador and San Francisco at home after that. So those are the next 4 league matches. Of course, they'll find out tomorrow who they play. Which right now would end up being, barring a catastrophic breakdown, would be Club Sport Herediano. Herediano, despite their great run of form, they currently find themselves in 5th place in the Costa Rican League. 5 points behind none other than Deportivo Saprissa. Of course, Saprissa is not playing 2 leagues or 2 different competitions right now. Still very early in that tournament. But Herediano showing why they're one of the best teams in the region. They're one of the best teams. As Faber Gil trying to sell that a little bit more than he had to. Enter stage right, Kyle Atkins, and a yellow card being issued. Let's look for it. Looks like it goes for Julio Amaya. Just wanted to make sure that was the case. So Amaya showing his frustration. So in the dock, if you start looking at the upcoming matches in this Concacaf League, play resumed, and finally Ismael Elfat saying, okay, fine, let's do this all over again. Universitario and Herediano will play tomorrow night. Then on Thursday, it's Walter Ferretti and Tauro. Where Tauro won the first leg 3-1. Offside being called. And then after that, it'll be Portmore United hosting Motagua. That match, of course, taking place at the National Stadium, at the office in Kingston. And Motagua, despite getting the win 3-2, know very well that if they lose 1-0 or 2-1 to Portmore United, they could end up being bounced from this CONCACAF league. So, and many have looked at this Motagua side as the other favorite in terms of winning this tournament. Many are even looking at Motagua and Herediano facing off in the final. But of course, that's the big obstacle that the Honduran champs have to overcome. Chance the shot, easy there for Coloca. And Blas Perez will be the man of the match. I would have no problem at all, no arguments there. I also put Faber Gil in that category, no doubt about it. Well deserved for the Panamanian, as he's taken a few weeks to get back in shape. Garibaldi. Now, the semifinals will take place right after the FIFA International break comes to an end. Actually, the week after the FIFA International date comes to an end. First legs will be played on September 17th. And then 7 days later, we will start to find out who will play the final. Of course, the final will be a two-legged final, both on October 22nd, and then October 29th will be the final for the two teams that get to that instance. Is Mancia right there complaining about his shoulder. But overall, it's been Arabe Unido in the second half. He suffered a bit of a scare, maybe even a wake-up call, if you will. That goal by Jorge Moran really not giving him enough time to react in the second half, as it was right before stoppage time. But in the second half, you saw a more purposeful and a more productive Arabe Unido side, especially down the wings, more specifically down the right wing, that really created some important opportunities and some very interesting situations for Carlos Ruiz's side, as they're just moments away from advancing to the semifinals. There's a possibility of 2, maybe even 3, if the miracle happens for Universitario. The possibility of 2 Panamanian teams returning to the semifinals is quite alive and well. One for sure will be advancing unless something miraculous occurs in the next few minutes. But it's Arabe Unido that's been able to really hold down the fort. Miguel Lloyd had 1 intervention, and that was pretty much it. FAS outside of the free kick, not much else. Maybe that was a different story in the first half, as Coloca smacking the ball down the pitch, and FAS just was never able to truly get it together. A couple of misses that really made the difference in this match. Could have taken the match in a different direction, but it was the imprecision of FAS that really made things so difficult. Moran. That's one of the qualities that Miguel Lloyd has been able to really able to fine-tune. His ability pretty much to come out of crosses and really cut those passes out and really find the appropriate opportunity. His timing has been impeccable throughout the past couple of years, and it's something that he talked about working in the past few seasons. And that's what makes Arabe Unido's defense such a tough nut to crack at times. So into the final minute, as Arabe Unido just looking to run out the clock. Palacio, he won't get a lot of people looking at his statistics in this match, but the amount of work that he's been able to do throughout this encounter has been exemplary. Final 30 seconds here. As Arabe Unido just knocking it back and forth, defending themselves with the ball at their feet. Again, you see how that ball bounces, takes some funny bounces. That's another thing that FAS will be definitely complaining about, the condition of the pitch. Arabe Unido, the excuses can be made, but they've been able to out-execute their opposition, as it was Blas Perez night. I should say it was Blas Perez's second half. He associated very well with the man that scored the 3rd goal, Faber Gil. Those 3 goals were able to cancel out Jorge Moran's icebreaker right before the end of the first half. Your final score from Panama City, as it's Deportivo Arabe Unido advancing on a 4-1 aggregate. But the final score here was Arabe Unido 3, FAS 1. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. We'll We'll see you in the semifinals.